The goal is just to start somewhere. Leverage what you're already good at. It often begins with a deep understanding of human needs and systems. Welcome from Risk to Runway. Today we're going to focus on why women's skills are the future of AI. It's the second episode in our series dedicated to exploring the immense opportunities for women in the evolving AI landscape. Hi, I'm Teresa Younkin. I'm a health informaticist and an AI strategist who's been in your shoes. I know how absolutely overwhelming digital transformation can feel. And that's why I've made it my mission to help leaders and teams adopt AI with clarity and confidence, drawing on years of experience training executives, including physicians, leading pilots, and building governance systems that make AI safe and practical. So last time we talked about the AI readiness gap. Today, I'm going to flip the script on a statistic that at first glance might seem daunting, right? But it actually holds incredible promise for women. And here it is. Nearly 79% of employed women in the US work in jobs that are at high risk of automation. I talked about that last week. Now that number, it could spark some concern, but again, this is an extraordinary invitation for you. This isn't a threat. It's a runway for women to step into those pivotal AI leadership roles. It's precisely because our innate strengths are becoming the most valuable assets in this new era. You know, this really is a powerful reframing. It's going to take thinking about this a little bit differently, just like AI makes you think differently. This brings you to what I would call the skills flip. And while technical skills are undeniably important and they're growing in demand, the truth is that human-centric ability of talking and connecting, those are becoming the gold standard. In fact, 8 out of the 10 most requested US skills in the US job postings are what we call durable human skills. I'm talking about things like communication, leadership, critical thinking, collaboration, metacognition, and character. Well, these appear in like literally millions of US job postings annually. And employers are also anticipating a sharp rise in the importance of creative thinking, resilience, flexibility, and analytical thinking by 2030. Now, I have to tell you, so McKinsey refers to the ability to blend these human skills with AI literacy as a sweet spot for the future workforce. And I'm hearing it in the meetings that I'm sitting in. This means that the skills that women have long cultivated, and often very informally, they are now the very ones in highest demand to lead effectively in an AI-driven world. And just like leading through these transformations, it often starts with our own personal journeys of growth and adaptation. Like I have a compelling personal story that embodies this transition for me because my path wasn't a straight line to AI strategist, right? It really began with me having a caregiver's perspective when my husband was dying, understanding the human side of health. And that naturally evolved into becoming a health informaticist, where I learned how data and technology could support patient care and operational efficiencies like HIE. And from there, it was a logical yet challenging step into leading initiatives. Like at Geisinger Health Plan, right? I led the design, the deployment of that data governance program from scratch. It wasn't a technical implementation. It was about building cross-functional teams. Again, securing that executive buy-in, like I've talked about before, and translating complex technical workflows into clear business needs. Like, why does street always have to be STREET and not just ST in my systems? How do I map that? Do we include the periods? Do we not? These are important when it comes to ones and zeros from the technical side. It doesn't seem like a big deal from the business side, and having to learn to explain and for each side to understand why, that right there was the goal. You know, my journey highlights that moving into AI leadership doesn't always start in a traditional tech lab. It often begins with a deep understanding of human needs and systems. That's how we become these product owners. You know, it illustrates how our backgrounds, especially in caregiving fields, it equips us with invaluable strengths. When I talk about system navigation and empathy and lived wisdom, right? I'm not just talking buzzwords, things that make you just feel good. They can directly map to essential AI leadership qualities. Women, particularly in healthcare, We are natural system navigators. I've talked about this, right? We excel at managing complexity and coordinating across various silos. And we're bringing that crucial caregiver perspective to the forefront. Think about what's going on at CMS right now and having Amy Gleason be there and talking about her daughter's healthcare journey. And I feel that too. And I think many of us hear it and we think about our kids or our parents. You know, these aren't just soft skills, right? As people think about it, they are strategic leadership capabilities. And AI transformation, it absolutely requires this type of capability. Now, just think about this, right? AI is only as strong as the governance and the people behind it. And our ability to ask the right questions, to build the trust across diverse teams, and to be able to stitch together workflows. Our lived wisdom, our capacity for empathy and understanding a user's needs, for all of those ethical implications. And our skills in navigating very intricate systems, these are so important. I would say they would even be paramount in deploying AI. So for women who are listening, who are ready to lean into this opportunity, how do you take a practical step forward? Well, it starts with a simple, powerful combination. Pick one AI skill and pair it with one of our inherent leadership strengths. For example, consider mastering prompt engineering, right? And that's just the art of guiding AI tools to produce a desired output. Easy peasy, right? You're going to pair that with your natural communication strength. So imagine being the one who can clearly articulate needs to an AI system and then effectively communicate its insights back to your team and to the stakeholders who you have at the table. Or maybe you're going to choose AI governance, which is about establishing those clear guardrails and those policies for responsible AI use. I need you to pair that with your positivity, your ability to inspire, to encourage your teams throughout this change rather than letting them fear it. Another option is maybe you're strong at agent oversight, ensuring that we've got human in the loop validation for any AI agent output, and especially with sensitive data. Pair that with your achiever mindset, your drive to ensure accuracy, to ensure quality and impactful results. The goal is just to start somewhere. Leverage what you're already good at and consciously build your AI literacy. I can't say anything more than that. The future of AI, it needs our unique perspective, our leadership, and our skills. It truly does. And the best place to practice and to grow these essential hybrid skills is to connect with other visionary women and to carve your path in this exciting new landscape. Join my AI leadership workshop. Stay tuned for details on how to join. I'll talk about that next week.